Welcome back, Helldivers. Before we start, this video is in no way an attack against any other creators in the community. I have just been noticing some trends that don't quite sit well with me, and I wanted to let you know my opinions. I personally watch a majority of these creators' videos, and I'm even subscribed to some of them. So again, this is not me trying to attack them or say that I am above them, just some constructive criticism on what I think could make this community better. So there's two major topics to this video: clickbait and AI content. Let's start with clickbait by pinning down what exactly it is. If you used YouTube in the past, I don't know, 8 years or longer, you know what clickbait is. But so that we don't fall off topic, let's define it. Merriam-Webster defines clickbait as being something, such as a headline, designed to make readers want to click on a hyperlink, especially when the link leads to content of dubious value or interest. That last part is really important in today's landscape: content of dubious value or interest. The line between what is clickbait and what isn't has grown somewhat thin in the past few years. In an age with an overabundance of content, you want your videos to stand out and to entice people. I even did this with my older lore videos, where I would pose a question such as, who are the Helldivers? Is this clickbait? Well, no, I don't think it is, as the video in question asks that question directly, and it then answers it. There's a direct correlation between the video's title and what is discussed in it. Another example from my own channel is the video, How Much Money Can You Spend in Helldivers 2? Now, that video has a lot of discourse in its comment section for other reasons, but I did have someone tell me that the video was massive clickbait. But I can't help but disagree and say that it's not. The video is literally about how much money can you spend in the game, henceforth the name of the video. So I've done a great job using my own content as a point of reference, but I need to focus on other creators too, just so it doesn't seem like I'm solely defending myself and acting like I'm the last beacon of hope for Helldivers YouTubers. Let's take a look at Mao03. Hopefully I'm saying that name correctly, who also makes Helldivers 2 content. They make awesome and simple content that just gets straight to the point, and their video titles are not clickbait, in my opinion. So let's take a look at some of their videos with titles like When the Animation Team Actually Loves Their Game, which is a video about how well animated the jump packs are in Helldivers 2. This video's title is directly related to what the content is about, and thankfully, the creator is not relying on horrible tactics such as titles like The Jetpack Does What? Yes. By my own standards, this title does also relate to the content of the video, but let's be real with each other. Do we really want Helldivers 2 community to go down this rabbit hole? I think Mao03 does a perfect job with their video titles. They are enticing, but not insane cries for viewership. They make you say, I wonder how the animation team loves their game. And then after watching the video, you can see why. So that's the good side of enticing video titles, but what's the bad side? Well, I'll start with myself. I am not innocent of using clickbait titles. Now, if you take a look at my content, I feel that I've kept a consistent title track and don't fall into any bad habits. That is, until you take a look at my shorts. Now, I do think that my short titles still relate to what's happening in the video, but the way I've titled them is less than stellar. And this is something that I personally really need to work on. There's better ways to entice people to watch your videos than naming them Cyborg Enemy Faction? Or The Guard Dog is Terrible? Shorts are a different form from full-length videos, and I don't even really understand them myself in full. Being that they are, well, short, you have to try and capture the attention of your viewer quicker and keep them on board. So that's why a lot of them use loud voices and subtitles that annoyingly pop up for every word. So my hands are not clean in this situation. But I do want to move on to another example that I think goes a bit too far. The video Helldivers 2 Just Killed the Game, This Is Absurd, really didn't sit well with me when it came out 2 weeks ago. I normally don't watch Willis Gaming's content, but because this was such a big story at the time, I went ahead and took a look. And this is where we get into the gray area. Yes, people were very upset with Sony's decision on the game, and yes, thousands of players were quitting the game and saying that this would quote-unquote kill it. But the title of this video is way too vague in my opinion. I think it could have been better if it were to say something along the lines of Sony just ruined Helldivers 2, or Helldivers 2 is in trouble. While both of these videos still feel a little clickbaity in my opinion, I think they're better than the current title. But my main real issue is with the thumbnail, where the creator has used a photoshopped tweet from Helldivers 2 that reads, "Link your PSN account now or be banned." Okay, so let's give him the benefit of the doubt and say that at this time, right when the news came out, no one was quite sure what exactly would happen if you did not connect your PSN account on Steam. For all we knew at the time, it could result in an actual ban. And for people outside of countries with access to PSN, if you were to link Steam to a PSN account that used a different address than your own, you could actually be banned from PSN overall. So even with all of that being said, the tweet used in the thumbnail is a lie. Helldivers 2 Twitter account never posted this, and that's my big issue. And that leads us to AI content and thumbnails, which I'm going to put together. A video's thumbnail, in my opinion, needs to be even more enticing than the title. It's the first thing someone's gonna see when browsing the website, and you want it to capture people's attention. In my opinion, my content doesn't really have the best thumbnails. It's an area that I need to improve on. But at the same time, the reason I tread lightly is because of issues like with Willis Gaming's video on PSN account linking. Using untruthful information like a photoshopped tweet is just a massive turnoff for me. But to further that point is the use of AI images, something that Cloudplay seems to be pretty good at. Now look, I get it. There's only so many official screenshots of Helldivers 2 that you can use. Even I am running out of thumbnail ideas that work well. But using AI-generated generic space soldiers for every single one of your Helldivers 2 videos is just really irritating. These characters don't even look like what is offered in the game. It has no correlation. If anything, it looks more like Halo than it does Helldivers. This is a broader issue to be talked about another time, and that's the use of AI in general. I'm not here to talk about the ethics on it, but I do think that we can come to some simple conclusions. Using fully AI-generated images for your thumbnails that have very little resemblance to the topic you're covering is hurtful to the community. Now, using AI to expand an image that already exists is fine. I've done this before when I need a little extra space on a screenshot to place my title. I simply use the AI generative tool in Photoshop to expand the image, just like you would with the content-aware fill tool. And if I were better at Photoshop, I wouldn't even use it and just make better thumbnails overall. But that's a different topic. But to use solely generated AI images that again hold barely any resemblance to the topic you're covering, it's just not cool. Okay, so after all this, what's my point? Well, again, my goal is not to attack anyone or say that you should not consume their content. I do watch some videos of Cloudplays and other content creators that I've mentioned, but I do think that they do a poor job accurately communicating their videos to the audience. I'm not innocent in using clickbait titles, and I need to improve the way that I make content and market it towards viewers. And I'm hoping that the really big content creators in this space can do the same, because it's getting annoying seeing all these videos with generic AI spacemen and titles that act as if the sky is falling in all caps. So, to the Helldivers who make content, I know you're probably not watching, but just in case you are, don't stop making content. Keep showing off your love for the game and the community, but please, let's do a better job in how we present our content. I understand YouTube is a highly competitive platform, and you have to capture the attention of viewers by what may seem like any means necessary, but don't let that destroy your integrity. I'm sure if I used more clickbaity titles and thumbnails, I could finally see a video of mine reach past 2,000 views. And honestly, I would love that, but I don't want it to be at the cost of being known as someone who uses all caps and red circles to clutter my thumbnails. Again, I'm not perfect either. I need to do better, and I'm asking that everyone in the community do better too, for democracy's sake. Thanks for watching, and as always, go spread democracy.